Welcome, and in this module we're going to get into actually creating a board. The first thing we need to do is choose the medium we want to work with. So you can choose any medium to host your board, it's totally up to you. You can have a physical board, a digital one, or a virtual one, and you should choose whichever one you're most comfortable with. Now, the archetypal vision board creation technique is a physical vision board. And this is what you always think about when anybody ever mentions the word. It requires nothing but poster board, glue, scissors, and a collection of old magazines, photos, or printouts of things you found on the internet. All you need to do is cut out the images, then glue them onto your poster board. And you can make your physical vision board any size you like, as well as any shape. This board you're going to put in a place where you will see it daily, where it will catch your eye and re-inspire you all over again. So much of mindset training is about visualization, creating visual cues to keep yourself firmly aligned to your dreams and goals. These days, many people prefer to keep their vision board to hand, so we'll display it on a smartphone as a background or as a desktop screensaver, or even on a digital frame so that the images rotate constantly throughout the day. I've put this slide in here to show you how a digital vision board might look. So you can see here we have a laptop with our vision board as a screensaver. We've got a Canva page, which looks more like the traditional physical vision board. And we also have Pinterest boards that we all know and love. There are lots of resources to help you, and some of these are apps that you can download. I've added some of them below this video with the link so that you can check them out for yourself and see if any interest you. You'll notice Pinterest is on there. That's probably the main digital vision board app that people tend to think of, but take a look at the others as well, as you will find that there'll be a lot more functionality in them and a different approach which may suit you better. Whatever style of board you decide, the next stage is to find inspiration for your board, and you could go to many sources to do this. So you want to look at old family albums, look at stock photos online, take pictures out of magazines or news articles, include mementos or inspirational quotes or significant words. If you mix your photos with meaningful image quotes, it's a wonderful way to incorporate positive statements and affirmations into your vision board. And you can turn your mission statement into an image quote and give it prominence on your vision board too. So you can clearly display your core values, your core beliefs, and the message that your personal brand puts out to the world. Now, there are lots of tools you can use to simplify the process of creating your images for your vision board. I've put a few of them up here for you to take a look at. And whether you use them or not really depends upon your preference and whether or not you're comfortable using that kind of technology. One thing I would like to point out to you are the sites where you can get stock photos. So sites such as Pixabay and Pexels, Unsplash are all sites where you can download free high quality photos. Or you can go to other sites like Deposit Photo, iStock, which are paid sites if you want something a little bit more unusual. Or you can go old school and use scissors and glue. And lots of people enjoy the process of creating their board in this way, as they find it very motivational. Now, when I create a vision board, whether it's a physical one or a virtual one, I like to try different arrangements before committing to one, and I'll take a photo or screenshot of each arrangement until I found the one that I like the most. If the board is a physical one, I'll frame it to prevent it from getting damaged and hang it on a wall in a prominent position, usually above my office desk. It doesn't matter whether you are producing your board physically or virtually or digitally. With all your boards, you want to experiment and try to be creative. Be different, be imaginative. You can make your board in more than one different style and see which one you like the best. You can change the shape. I saw one vision board which was a globe, and it was somebody who wanted to travel the world, so they had put all the images around this globe as their vision of their travels. If you use symbolism and metaphor in the images and words you use, and pay attention to your feelings as you work, this is going to tap into your subconscious level and deepen your resolve to achieve on your dreams. Now you've created your board, what do you do with it? We talked about using the vision board as an action planner, so it's important to display it in a prominent position as a daily reminder and focus. If you make a conscious point of really looking at your board daily, you can use it not just as a planner, but as a progress checklist. And before we move on, I'd like to remind you that to achieve your goals, to actually make progress, you are much better getting into the habit of tackling just one item from your vision board every day. This will help to prevent you feeling overwhelmed, and you will be able to tackle that item with a clear mind and with a positive attitude. So, that's the end of Module 2 video, but we need to get ourselves organised before we move on to the next module. So I want you to check out the vision boarding apps that you'll see below this video, and then check those out and see which ones you like, if you can use any of them. You can then decide whether to do a virtual board or a digital board or a physical board. It's up to you. But I want you to think about how the board might look and where you're going to put it, where it'll be prominent. Because where you can display the board is going to have a big influence on the size that you actually make it. What you'll find then below this video is a workbook and a checklist to download. And I want you to complete all the parts inside before moving on to the next module. So that's all for now. I'll leave you with the workbook and the exercises, and I'll see you in Module 3.